Liverpool carried on their impressive unbeaten run as they beat Arsenal and progressed to the next round of the FA Cup. In today's video, we'll of course go over the 5 major talking points from the clash, whilst also going over what Fabrizio Romano said with regards to some Liverpool transfer news. There is so much to cover in today's video. And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys, I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. With Jurgen Henderson reportedly desperate to push for a transfer away from Saudi Arabia just 6 months after moving, Liverpool could profit once again. When Henderson departed Liverpool for the Saudi Pro League side Al Ettifaq in a £12 million deal, the long-serving captain was widely regarded to have made a big mistake. Though his role under Jurgen Klopp had diminished, with the writing on the wall on day 1 of pre-season, training alongside Dominik Szoboszlai, moving to Saudi Arabia was seen as an abandonment of his morals. A misguided interview with The Athletic in September saw Henderson dismiss claims he had moved for money and insist his aims was to achieve something special. But 6 months on from his decision to build a club and build a league in the Middle East, he is now desperate to leave. That is according to the Mail's Matt Hughes in a report on Saturday that was later backed up by the Times' Paul Joyce and the Telegraph's Ben Rumsey. Why does he want to leave? Rumsey explains that Henderson is struggling to settle in Saudi Arabia, with Hughes citing the heat and humidity of the playing conditions and the less inspiring attendances are a key issue. Al Ettifaq played in front of just 696 people in a 1-0 loss to Al Riyadh in October, while the club's average attendance this season is 7,854 spectators. Where could he go? Joyce reports that the 33-year-old is keen to return to the Premier League or elsewhere in Europe. The suggestion is that he would initially be a loan deal, and though no interest is reported yet, Hughes cites Crystal Palace, Fulham and Newcastle as clubs in the market for a midfielder. Juventus have also been touted with a temporary move for Man City's Calvin Phillips, so could feasibly pivot to Henderson. What do Al Ettifaq think? It was initially claimed that Al Ettifaq would hold firm after Henderson signed a 2-year contract with an option for a further 12 months in July. How could it cost Henderson? While Henderson's £350,000 a week contract was signed on a tax-free basis, that is only held up if he stays in Saudi Arabia for at least 2 years. Hughes claims he could therefore be eligible to pay around £7 million in taxes if he were to leave early, but this figure is debatable and could be closer to the £1.8 million mark. In other news, Fabio Carvalho is set to move to Hull City on loan for the second half of the campaign. The 21-year-old is seeking a fresh move after a proposed season-long stint at RB Leipzig was ended early due to the lack of playing time. Carvalho managed just a single Bundesliga start after making the switch to Germany in June. Unhappy with that situation, Liverpool recalled the youngster earlier this month with the intention of finding a second loan club where minutes could be guaranteed. Several clubs have subsequently been linked with a swoop, including Carvalho's former club Fulham, Wolverhampton Wanderers, Southampton and Leicester City. However, Fabrizio Romano has claimed that it is Hull City that are going to land the youngster. He tweeted, "Fabio Carvalho has now received the green light from Liverpool to travel to Hull City to undergo medical tests. Done deal on loan until June, there's no option to buy, here we go." They boast a highly rated coach in Liam Rosenwa, who has transformed the Championship club's fortune since taking over in November 2022. Hull were just 1 point outside the relegation zone upon the Englishman's appointment, but comfortably avoided relegation and now find themselves in playoff contention this season. Rosenwa has also made good use of another Liverpool loanee this term, Tyler Morton. The midfielder has made 20 Championship appearances for Hull since joining on a season-long loan, scoring 2 goals in that time. Carvalho will now hope for similar success as he is now expected to make the switch to the MAKM Stadium. Liverpool secured passage to the 4th round of the FA Cup with an impressive 2-0 win over Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium. In this part of the video, we'll discuss the 5 major talking points from the hard-fought victory. Liverpool indebted to Klopps Genius. While Mikel Arteta will have been disappointed with Arsenal's string of missed first-half chances, he would no doubt have told his players that more of the same in the second period would see them win the game. But unfortunately for them, the reality is that letting Liverpool off of the hook in that fashion simply allowed the genius of Jurgen Klopp to completely shape the second half. First, the German recognised that getting Cody Gakpo out of the midfield was a necessary half-time change, shifting the balance of the game slightly back towards the visitors. Then he ensured the Reds kept getting better and better as the 90 minutes wore on, thanks to 2 brilliant double subs that saw Diogo Jota, Ryan Gravenberch, Bobby Clark and Conor Bradley enter the fray. The introduction of the young duo, Clark and Bradley, was particularly brave and bold, showing huge trust and faith, while that change also saw Alexander-Arnold move into the midfield and prove influential in the result. Each of the changes improved Liverpool's fortunes in some way, ensuring that they came out on top of the cup tie that only seemed to be going in one direction in the first 45 minutes. That is a testament to Klopp's brilliance and perhaps also to the fact that Arteta cannot compare. No Van Dijk, no problem. With Liverpool missing their defensive talisman Virgil van Dijk for this one, it was vital that someone else stepped up in the heart of the defence. Enter Ibrahima Konate, who underlined that, and is entirely worthy of playing alongside the Reds captain with a dominant showing that secured a deserved clean sheet. 2 blocks, 2 clearances, 2 interceptions, 4 recoveries, the Frenchman did it all. He could also be seen reminding his teammates to keep their heads after the excitement of going a goal ahead with 10 minutes of normal time remaining. The fact is, the only concern with Konate is his patchy fitness record, and if he can steer clear of any issues on that front over the remainder of the season, the Liverpool have plenty to look forward to. We should also highlight how impressive Jarell Quansah continues to be, and Joe Gomez at left back. Alexander-Arnold in the form of his life. Adidas are perhaps missing a trick in not making more of the fact since starting to wear the Predator boots, Trent AlexanderArnold has come into the form of his life. It may just be the confidence, but the young Scouser has 6 goal contributions in 9 games since donning the famous footwear, and that doesn't even include a free kick that forced Jakub Kwiat to put through his own goal here. But while Alexander-Arnold won't chalk up an assist for that moment, it cannot take away from what was a remarkable overall showing. 2 chances created, 15 passes into the final third, 3 clearances, 9 recoveries, and 6 duels won are figures that underline the completeness of his performance. Whether the boots deserve credit or not, Alexander-Arnold is playing out of his skin. Reds planning to take the FA Cup seriously. In the build-up to this game, much was made of the fact that a draw resulting in a replay would be the worst possible outcome, but too many took that to mean that Klopp would simply throw the towel in, naming a team guaranteed to suffer a defeat that would remove the FA Cup from his list of concerns of this season. The German did of course make some changes, but he still put out a team capable of, and judging by the performance, hell-bound on securing passage to the next round. That should put to bed of any notion that Liverpool won't be giving everything to keep making their way to the latter stages of this competition, even with the fixtures piling up. With that in mind, Red supporters should prepare themselves for another 4-fronted tilt for honours and the emotional rollercoaster that comes with it. Are we in for another 63-game season? Elliot Salis audition not decisive. On the surface, it would seem Harvey Elliott's bid to earn that right-wing starting spot in Mohamed Salah's absence failed here. Less than influential in the first half, the youngster was returned to his more traditional midfield position as soon as the half-time break arrived, seemingly evidencing a lack of faith from Klopp. However, the truth is that the positional switch owed more to Gakpo's struggles in the centre of the park, which were in fact restricting Elliott's opportunities to get the ball and make an impact. It is also worth noting that there are a few tougher fixtures in which to try and take on Salah's mantle than against a fired-up Arsenal looking to turn things around. As such, Elliott's performance here should not be used as a measure of whether he can fulfill his role in the weeks ahead, and he surely deserves another shot against Fulham. Liverpool fans, what did you make of the win against Arsenal yesterday? Let me know down there in the comments section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Push.